Dr. Owusu Ochoa. It's Dr. O for the 804. As the premier knee and hip shoulder sports surgeon in Virginia, I would like to remind you that health equals power. Sports build and uplift communities, nothing else can. The mission of sports medicine is to keep athletes of all ages and levels at the top of their game. Dr. O is located at Ortho, Virginia, Schrader Road office location. Appointments can be scheduled online at orthovirginia.com or by calling 804-939-6688. You can follow Dr. O on Instagram at Dr. O _ for the 804 and uplifting educational content about sports health.
Hi everyone, I'm Coach Rick Stockel. I am co-owner of Newman & Dunn Real Estate here in Central Virginia, as well as I am a high school boys basketball coach at Monacan High School. I've sold over 1,300 homes here in Central Virginia, and I would love to work with you and your family in your home buying needs. I am a proud primary sponsor of Ballin' in Virginia, and I hope you enjoy this show.
Welcome to another episode of BallinVA. Man, today I got my guest, Jacob Crane from SFP Athletics. What's up, bro?
What's going on, man? What's going on, baby?
Man, I appreciate you can come in, man. You know, hey, it's that time of season, man. And first of all, I want to say, man, thank you for having us, man, for the 50-50, the girls 50-50 elite camp, man. That was a success, man. So thank you, man.
Yeah, it was good. Just the atmosphere, just bringing that new. The girls enjoyed it. I just think having you there, preparing them for the next 4 years, preparing them for being able to take interviews and things like that. That's the way high school sports is going now. So we're ahead of the curve with that.
Yeah, thank you, man. I had so much fun doing it and seeing a lot of these girls that I have never seen before and just really seeing them all at one place, man. It was like, okay, now I know who to follow and stuff like that. So I appreciate that, man. So, Dawn, man, we're going to get in here, man. And like I said, you got some things that you want to talk about and talk about some things and events that you got coming up. But matter of fact, let's go ahead and plug that right now. We'll start there first. You got this event coming up, man, next weekend, which is March the 1st, I think?
Yeah, March 1st.
Talk about that.
Man, that's our Allstar Weekend, man. We, man, Lee, it was crazy how we started. So first, and I first started coaching at Meadowbrook High School. I was still meeting and building relationships with people. This was 6 years ago. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I seen my boy, that's why I met Coach Carter from Assist.
Okay.
He was doing the thing with the high school kids and everything. So I was like, man, we need something for middle school, something middle school. I was coaching middle school girls at the time at Fallen Creek.
Okay.
Leah Hampton was one of my players.
Okay.
So I coached her up. Shout out to Leah Hampton. She just got her offer.
Yeah, I just saw that.
At Barton College. So, I was like, man, we need to do something. Okay. So we was thinking of some stuff, and we came up with city versus county.
Yeah.
City versus county, and we did the boys version. I think, Coach Jack coached the city kids.
Jack,
And I think Coach Rudy or Coach Carter coached the county kids the first year.
Okay.
I think it was Coach Carter. He had, the county kids. So we just played one game, man. One game, it was fun, had jerseys. Tamias played in that game.
Okay.
Tamias was in that game. With some other George played in that game. Some other cats played in there that, playing college ball now. But they kind of started it off. And, the next year, we was like, you know what? Let's add the girls. Mm-hmm. So we had the girls. We had Tamani was at that time. She was in 5th grade.
Okay.
She played, and I think Manny coached the team, and Rashid coached the team at the time. He wasn't the head coach, but his daughter was in middle school playing. Mm-hmm. And that game was fun. We had my guy Coach Gary Bell. Mm-hmm. He donated the jerseys with his media company, Major Moves Media, and it was good.
Yeah,
Avery Johnson. It was good. Yeah, it was good. Then the third year, more people wanted to play, right? Still local. Mm-hmm. So we had an 8th grade game, then we had a 6th, 7th grade game on boys and girls. So we ended up having like 4 games on one day. I think at that time we had grew a little bit, so we moved it to Guardian Christian. Okay. And we had it there. And matter of fact, I'm gonna read out some of the names in in that group. Let me see if you recognize some of these names real quick.
Okay, so you got me acting a
Let me
fool
see.
today.
Let's see you recognize some of these names that year. Let's see. I say that this was.
Really gonna test my knowledge.
Yeah, we gonna test it. We're gonna test it. I'm gonna see if you recognize some of these names that are playing high school ball now.
And y'all don't be mad at me, man, if I don't know or don't remember. that balling in VA dude is trash. Don't do that to me.
Listen to this list right here. I'm just read off the girls because girls.
Yeah, I'm on the girl side now, man. Yeah.
All right. This was when they was in 6th grade now.
Okay.
Tamani Harris.
Well, we know who she is.
Kaya Epps.
We know who she is.
London Ferguson.
We definitely know who she is.
TT.
We definitely know who now. Okay, that's
Tierra, that played John Marshall.
Oh yeah,
Tierra,
we know who she is.
Madison Smith.
We know who she is.
Colleen Edwards.
Yep, I know who she is.
Ellery Giddens.
And my girl Ellery 75. What's up, Ellery?
Allie B.
Y'all would know Allie B. Thomas Dale.
Amari Worsham. You remember that?
No, I don't.
Worsham 757, I believe.
No.
Simone Newton. She was in there.
She is.
Lila Donnelly.
I remember her.
Ava Fulkerson. Ava Johnson.
Right.
Madison Nicholson. She's 757.
Okay. I know who that is.
So they all like freshmen, sophomores now. I think Ava Jr., Lilia Jr., Simona Jr., Riley Waite. She a junior now.
Yeah, Glen Allen.
Yep. So yeah, that was when we was jumping. That's when we knew in middle school that girls basketball was gonna be special in the next few years, and we see it. I mean, we see it now.
It's taking over, man, because I keep telling y'all, man, and people didn't believe me, but now people are getting on the bandwagon and I want to just credit all those people like yourself, Manny, Sheen, Duran, whoever else that had all to do with helping develop these girls, Ed Riley. I know I'm leaving some people out, man, but it was a handful of y'all that really spearheaded this thing, especially Manny, because Manny, he's that driving force with these girls, man. So, big ups to y'all, because I'm in a great place right now. I'm going to a game tomorrow. And I know when this show is going to be show afterwards, but next week, y'all know that when this thing show, we're going to be having state champion. We're going to be crowning between Dale and Manchester, and some of them girls that we actually named on that list. And I'm telling y'all right now, I don't know what y'all waiting on. The boys, y'all got to step y'all game up, because right now, y'all got some young men that's out there that's hooping, but these elite level guys, it's very, very small few right now. And even that is just not really saying too much right now.
Yeah, man, it's definitely a challenge. I am on staff at Meadowbrook High School, so I seen it. Know all the coaches, know the kids. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so that was the 3rd year.
Wow.
So after that, we was like, all right, we're gonna do a whole weekend, dedicated to middle school basketball. Mm-hmm. And man, I just, I believe God just blesses. He's in a blessing business, bro. And so, we put it out there, and it turned into a national event for the last 3 years with boys and girls from all over the country coming to Richmond, Virginia. This year alone, we got 12 different states coming in. We partner with the Victory Theaters over there at Midlothian Turnpike, where the kids get to walk the red carpet and wear the sneaker ball, and we bring in guest speakers, and we bring that to it right there, and they get into it, they get training. We bring in some of the top trainers. Shout out to David Anderson. He'll be leading training.
Yes, I forgot all about David.
Yep, Foundation. Avery, and they'll be leading training in this upcoming weekend for the event. And so from there, man, it's just sometimes it's unbelievable, man, that where this one game and where it is now. And I came to Virginia with no contacts, with no relationships. Mm-hmm. Just got one interview from school. Falling Creek interviewed me. They hired me the next day, and now the rest is history. Relationships that we've built, and just grateful for those things, man.
Tell everybody where you from, man. I think you're from South Carolina, right?
No, man. See, I'm originally from Texas.
You from Texas?
Yeah, so I went to Texas.
Okay.
And play ball in Texas. Did the public-private school thing. So that I was able to get both before everybody was going to private school. I had the opportunity to go. My parents, wanted me to have a better education, and I played with guys like Victor Mann, who retired in NFL, went to Kansas State, and then played for the Chiefs. That's my big bro. Shout out. His daughter actually plays for Duncanville High School. I know you.
Oh yeah, I already know Duncanville.
She just committed to Cincinnati. So so he was one of my big brothers growing up and just playing around those type of guys. So I left Texas. Thought I was able enough. I went to Hampton. Had a few looks, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go to Hampton and walk on.
Hampton University.
Yeah, I seen them. They had just beat Iowa State.
I remember that. Yeah,
so I'm hype. I'm like, yeah, I'll go up there, and I'm gonna walk on. Met the coaches or whatever, and got past the first day, and the next day they was like, yeah, we want you to come out, whatever. You got to be on the track, at 6 a.m. Right, this is my second week in school, so needless to say, I wasn't scholarship. In my mind, I'm like, man, I ain't getting no scholarship to do no 6 a.m. workouts. So needless to say, I didn't play there, but stay in contact with the program, helped out with the boys and girls, just stayed around basketball, period, in that Hampton Roads area, met a lot of good people, ended up getting my degree from there. Then I went to A&T.
Okay.
Went to Greensboro. Aggie, so I am an Aggie, and then went there, and then I linked up with two people who started CP3, which was Art Wade and Fred Cannon.
Okay.
And I remember the conversations we had, and then Fred broke off and started Raymond Felton's team, met his family. So I was with met Raymond's family, spent time with them while I was there, and was able at the starting point to where Team Felton grew to a national powerhouse with several NBA players now. So that was just a good experience. I was just real young and just being around there. I coached a 6th grade team, just getting my life started as a young man, getting married and all that good stuff. And so, then we relocated back to Virginia.
Okay.
North Carolina, Greensboro, it's too slow for my wife. She's from New York.
Oh,
so she wanted to speed it up a little bit.
Speed it up.
I wasn't trying to go back. She wanted Maryland. I was like, nah, a little bit too much for me.
Yeah,
so we settled in Richmond, and that's where I'm at now, man. Just been grinding it out, and that's where I'm at now.
Man, tell us about why and how you started SFP. How you get started with that.
Man, so be honest with you, Leah, is like me and my cousin, we always like, he coached too. Right?
Okay.
He coached too. He's football coach in Texas, in Austin, Texas. And so we was like, man, and this was before all the highlights and all that. So we took a handheld camera. We used to go to middle school games and do it. You could go to our old YouTube channel now and see it.
Oh, wow.
We got highlights from middle school football games. We cutting and pasting and everything. I mean, the video quality was terrible.
Don't even talk about
it. It was terrible. So we did that. We started with football, and we was interviewing kids and stuff like that.
Y'all were ahead of the curve.
Yeah, we was doing all that, and then again, life hits. So he started getting heavy into coaching. And so I just kept the name. I started coaching basketball. I said, we're going to keep the name. And so he built out the website, and we started doing little basketball camps here and there. And the way I got started in tournaments was when I was coaching in North Carolina, I had an unsigned senior group for 2 years. I was like, man, we need to play in front of college coaches. But I know y'all don't got no money, so we just gonna throw a tournament to raise some money. So one thing led to another. I just started throwing little tournaments. I was coaching at Smith High School in Greensboro.
Okay.
Shout out to Coach Partee. They're about to win state. Hopefully they win state. But they got a boys and girls program that's crazy, Coach. Hey, crazy. Greensboro, crazy. So we end up doing tournaments, raising money. And we end up sending, that first year, we end up sending a lot of kids to school. We just got a van. We was taking them to wherever we go, Myrtle Beach, Georgia, wherever. Me and my boy, Wes, and we just taking them everywhere, playing in front of coaches. So after that, I was like, man, I could do this tournament thing. So I kind of started in North Carolina. So I started it, And the reason why was to raise money, so my kids could travel. And then when I got up here, I just start meeting the right people, man. I just wanted to be in the gym, man. Start wanting to be in the gym, and several people opened the doors for me, man. Like you already mentioned one of them, man. Manny, dog. I can't even, that dude right there, I can't thank him enough. Like, I don't even know how we met. I think he was coaching this girls team and he played in a few tournaments. But once I seen his gym, it was just reminding me of where I'm from in Fort Worth. Like how much people like him are needed in the community. And my dad's a pastor, so I'm on him all the time. Like, yo, you need to get gym. You need to get gym. If you want to save these kids, get a gym. And so what Manny was doing was unbelievable, and from my eyes, because I'm just moving here. I was like, man, this dude, he helping everybody in the city.
Yeah, he is.
Like literally everybody was, summer camps be crazy and
I was
everything.
over there taking muffins and bread and everything over there back in 2015. 14, something like that.
Yeah, man. He had the van picking up everybody. Yep. I mean, so in my eyes, I'm like, man, this dude, like, he's doing it all for the community. Like, he wasn't doing no tournaments. He was barely charging them.
Right. Right.
So I don't even know how the bills got paid up there at the gym.
Right. Yeah. I mean, he's telling me, he's like, no, man, put your banner up here, man. I was like, no, man, it ain't even like that for me. I just want to just help out because I see what you're doing, man. You got to feed these kids.
Yeah. I mean, it was amazing. And so he opened up the door for me to use his facility to do camps, get my name out there. And then we started doing tournaments. We started doing, especially with his girls. And then he had the boys programs too. So right there you had 4 or 5 teams. So all I would need is a few more teams. We had a grill going, whatever. And whatever. He was just supporting, man. He was just supporting. And then as we grew, we needed another facility. David Anderson had Foundation. So we had that, we had that gym going. So right there we had 2 gyms going at the same time. And then from there we just continued to grow. And we were blessed enough to be able to operate during COVID. Like that kind of took us to another level because we was the only ones doing stuff during COVID.
Yeah, because everybody else was shutting down.
Everybody else was shut down. So Manny gym was open, and then we used some more gyms, and we had to go through the whole mask thing and everything like that. But Manny, David Anderson, them two, man, just grateful for them opening the doors for SFP Athletics to where they're at now. And yeah, man, so them guys, and then the support from Coach Carter and Team Assist, watching what he's doing in the community on the high school level was really inspiring too from what he's doing. We just go to open gyms, and before COVID, when recruiting was recruiting, Carter would have 20 college coaches. He would have 20 college coaches literally in the bleachers watching open gym. And I was like, man, ain't nobody doing that. You know what I'm saying? It's so funny. Me and you were just talking how fast recruiting has changed like that. It used to be you could call coaches, tell them to come to the gym like Coach Carter used to do. But now, and them coaches ain't even leaving they doorstep.
No, man, it's a whole different ball game now, man. A whole different, with this transfer portal and these college budgets, man. It's different now, man. Everybody's it's not boots on the ground like talking about, so but no, I tell you what, I need you to tell me something with that, what we being said with Coach Carter. Connecting with these kids, man, because I guess for Carter, with him bringing coaches to the gym, that's how he was able to connect with them. Kind of give your kind of synopsis of how, from what you see it from.
Yeah, I just think he just has that niche, man. And again, he has a heart for the kids.
Him, Rudy, another one.
Oh, man. Rudy coached the second All-Star game. He even got his going on, too. I think his second year doing his. The way they had a heart for the kids, bro, is unmatched. I mean, both of them. Just the way they give back to the community. I mean, it's good to see that in those guys doing that and using basketball as a tool to reach those kids. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that we need more of that. We need more coaches doing that. And I just think now the state of basketball, high school basketball, young basketball is so, I mean, even in the AAU world, so cutthroat now, man. Like, it's not, I mean, I
No,
don't even know where to. I don't even know where to start, man.
No.
We could talk all day about this. But,
yeah, this week has been crazy with everything that's been going on. That's why I was going to say, what's the difference between Texas and Virginia, Maryland?
Oh.
It's so crazy. Cutthroat. I try to talk to these parents, man, because I'm talking to coaches all the time, and I know exactly what they're telling who these kids they talking about. They ain't listening, man. They got their own agenda about what they think and how they think. And I'm sitting up here like, I just had like a 20-minute conversation about your kid. I mean, they brought these kids up, and I'm sitting here like, you really think? You go, man. As I'm telling you right now, people gonna be mad with me.
Well, you know, I'm in the game. I'm an associate head coach at Meadowbrook, and I've been there for a minute, and and we was my last group of I say dogs before COVID. When we had like James Patterson and C4 and them, man, Meadowbrook used to be packed. I mean, packed. And
what you think has happened?
I think, and I'm a parent too, so I can be to blame. We spoiling our kids too early. Like, literally, my son don't have to ask for nothing or work for nothing no more, you know, and that carries over. You know, that carries over into sports for me and you.
It does.
We used to play I'm gonna give you a good example. So when me and you played, if coach addressed the team or he cussed out the whole team get it. Now you got to be careful of, well, I got to talk to him a certain way. Well, if I cuss at him, he gonna shut down. But I can yell at him and get on him to get him going. But this kid, I got to go hug him and stay in his ear to make sure he stay locked in.
I ain't got time for that.
But that's the way coaches got to coach now. I mean, that's...
Yeah, generally, yes. Everybody don't do it, but generally, yes, you're absolutely right. I seen on the AAU circuit, on the EYBL circuit, our attack coach, the coach Caitlin Clark. I saw them play Boo Williams. Boo Williams was up 28-9. And I sit there and watch it at the EYBL Boo. And he called timeout because they couldn't do nothing. And next thing you know, he went, I tell this story all the time. You seen Rocky IV, right?
Right.
You remember when he was fighting Apollo Creed?
Yeah.
And you remember when the Russian, the trainer was in the corner, was like, "Hala!" And next thing you know, he just went crazy, right?
Right.
Now, he did the same thing to them girls. Them girls were standing crying. Now, I seen Don Staley, all them coaches that were sitting right there behind the hoop.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting up there like, I don't think this gonna age well. I'm like, yo, he and them girls was crying. They went back out.
Yeah.
Guess what the halftime score was?
Was how's the score?
39-38. See, I'm just gonna say some stuff. It might get me in trouble, but I don't really care. Parents, y'all gotta stop punking y'all kids, man, and stop, you know, I hate to say the word, man, but pussifying these kids. I'm sorry. It's just what it is. Y'all, these kids are too soft, man. And we are the blame for doing that. Because when we came up, man, there was no parent involvement. When we played rec, middle school, high school coach, there was no parent involvement. Parents had to work. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like this point now, it's just like, you know what? Man, if this don't go right, we're going to tell our parents, and the next thing you know, the parent coming up there. This ain't Jacob Crane saying this. This is me saying this. So let me just make sure that these are not his comments. These coming from me. Now, if you want to comment and at me and all that other stuff like that, that's fine with me. I don't care. You can put it in the comment section on YouTube. I don't really care because I don't care what you think. So, but it's the truth, because I guarantee you, if you come to the realization which your kid ain't. Jason Williford said right here in the chair from UVA, said it 2 weeks ago, you are what your recruitment says you are. If you ain't got no offers, that's what you are.
Wow.
I'm sorry. Ain't no parent gonna change that. Because first of all, just say for instance, that, okay, we had Nyla and Savannah sitting here last year in this chair, and they said their recruitment is slow. They're the best two girls. Savannah's number 2 in prep groups, girls in the state. Nyla Wilson's number 5. If their recruitment is slow, what makes you think everybody else who ain't even on that level, what you think your recruitment is? I'm just saying.
Nah, I mean you telling the truth.
I'm just saying. So don't at him because of what I'm saying. 'Cause he's just sitting here he's a guest with me. At me because I said it. But I'm just telling you the truth. And I'm passionate about it because these parents, man, I said it today, it's just, you gotta stop, man. And I talked to a parent today and I told him, I said, you're to blame for why your kid is not where he at because you've seen this movie before. You opted to go back to the same people where your first kid didn't do what he was supposed to do. So you're gonna go back and double back and put your kid in the same situation and you thought that something was gonna change.
Pride.
Pride and ego kill people,
Pride.
right?
Pride.
I
mean, I just, All-Star Weekend, it's so funny because as kids, parents try to get their kids in. I mean, this year we had over like 700 nominations.
Okay.
Out of that, we invited about 300-400. Out of that 300-400, certain amount of kids. So we sold out on the boys' side. Boys still trying to get in, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But the parents that they send in videos of their kids, right? From all over the country. I mean, I can't make it up. I promise you.
I know. That's why I'm laughing, man.
They be like, my kid killing.
They
My kid averaging 20 points in middle school. I said, oh man, that sitting over the film. And then I watched the film.
Go ahead, say it.
Man, I ain't never. Man, listen.
Go
First of all, they look like they playing in the YMCA. Man, look like YMCA ball, man. But
let me tell you something. I had a conversation Saturday over the weekend with a local sportscaster, and he told me that a particular kid that's in the area contacted him and wondered why, because he gets it all the time.
Yeah.
And said, "Why you not coming to my school to cover my kid?"
Wow.
But that's what happens.
Yeah.
Because everybody wants that. This ain't the old days. You can't just do that anymore. You got to put in the work.
Nobody want to put in the work.
Nobody wants to put in the work. So again, I can keep telling people, I'm not making this stuff up. I just don't want to put people's name out there to it unless I have permission to say what it is. But I talk to people all the time. I'm just like, it don't work that way. They want to come on this podcast. Zach, how many times I be sending you stuff with people with in my inbox? What did I tell you? I said, if I don't know them, if you say it's cool, if I don't know you, I'm sending you over to Zach. Because that time, I'm like, no. This ain't for that.
You know why? They want clicks. They want like. They want to say I was on.
I'll share your stuff all day because I'm for the area, but I can't help you.
They want to say it was on a podcast.
Come on my podcast. It's not going to help you get off of the UVA. If anything, it's going to shut me down. They're going to be like, man, that dude up there in Virginia, that ball in Virginia dude, you know what I'm saying? He think he going to get kids offers. Well, I tell you what, you won't come on this podcast, I'm charging you. You ain't going to embarrass me.
Well, I think you mentioned something earlier, the difference between Texas and Maryland, and so I've been around. So
I want to hear this one.
Yeah, so it's different. So I was raised and born in Texas. So like in Texas, public school, they are private schools, right? They are private schools everywhere. They're private schools. I went to one. I went to one. We played in TAPS or whatever. Mm-hmm. Oh, SPC, play against some good guys.
Okay.
That's still the upper echelon if you're able to get in or whatever.
Okay.
But the public schools in Texas, bro, let me tell you, the high school I was supposed to go to had minimum of 4 gyms, and that when I was in school, like 4 full court gyms. Like, and basketball was a class, so if you made the team, your PE was basketball, and you would start practice in school, and then have practice after school.
And what part of Texas you lived in?
Fort Worth, Dallas, Fort Worth, Arlington area.
And the weather is what kind of all year round? What is the weather?
I mean, it's we get cold. I mean, the coldest it might get is like 20, 20s during the week.
Okay, so it's just kind of like here.
Yeah. Okay. We but y'all we get like ice storms and stuff. Texas, we get tornadoes and stuff like that. But in the summertime it's extremely hot. Okay. Like extremely hot. Yeah. Like I don't know. Like, so now most of the high schools have indoor practice facilities, or you got to practice. If you don't practice before 10 a.m. in football, might as well forget about it.
Okay.
All she wrote. So Texas, you breed athletes. I mean, the public schools, if you play for your public school, you you the man. Like, you know,
There's
whether
a lot of
it's
the same movement here where a kid might want to go to this particular school. Same thing happens there too.
nah.
So where you at is where you play.
Yeah, so our high schools are big on the feeder program. So if you're the head coach of football or basketball, you control everything down
Okay.
from your middle school coaches. And put it like this. So in middle school, there's a seventh grade where they got 7th to 8th grade school.
Okay.
Elementary is 1st through 6th in
Okay.
Texas.
Okay.
7th to 8th grade is middle school.
Middle school.
What they call it, junior high school.
Yeah,
junior high.
Yeah.
So, but they have 7th grade teams and 8th grade teams, right? And peep this: in 7th grade, there might be 4 basketball teams. Might be a gold A and B and a green A and B. And the 8th grade is be an A and B team. So, and you still cutting kids coming out. You still got to make cuts. Football, same thing. So the high school football coach control everything.
And
His
that's
coaches,
they make a lot more
and
money.
everything. Yep, he just the AD. He controlled everything down. So that's how you're able to build a program.
Okay.
You have your feeder programs, right? And you starting at 6th grade, and you know you're gonna get him in 9th grade, and they keep here. So that's one of the big difference that I see that is not up north in Virginia, even DMV in New York. Like the high school head coaches are not as involved at the middle school level
Okay.
here.
No, they're not.
Yeah, so and then as you skip Virginia going to DMV, hey bro, they play school games on Sundays up there, bro.
Oh, really?
Bro, middle school play on Sundays, bro.
Wow.
Sundays, dog. That ain't it's basketball
Going to church.
24/7 in the DMV.
So I didn't know that.
When I started going up there a few years ago, that's where we started at Elite 50/50 up there with camps and stuff like that. A guy named Julian used to play for Georgetown, opened up a gym, ProFit gym, training facility. He brought me up. He was like, I want to do X, Y, and Z. I see what you're doing down there. Let's bring it up here. And when I got up there, man, it's basketball heaven up there.
Okay.
That's why a lot of the AAU teams, they really don't care about traveling like that because they could get bumped every weekend,
right.
up there.
And then we're taking our kids from down here up there because the lack thereof here.
And it's funny.
And a lot of times when I'm up there, they don't do the daddy ball thing up there.
Oh my God.
You know, when my son wanted to play for Takeover, and
Yeah.
the first thing they said, we was that buoy, and they said, look, we'll tell y'all straight up, if you're a dad, we don't do daddy ball here. So if you're a dad, you can't coach your kid, and if your kid is on the son, if you're a coach, your kid can't play on that team. So we just letting y'all know up front, we don't do that up here, which was a plus for me, which I'm glad, because I was just like, man, I don't, favor.
Sit back and watch your son.
Watch your son, right. But a lot of times everybody want to, that's what happens down here. See, when they can't, that's what ruined AAU. A lot of this daddy ball stuff, man. People want to go coach their kids and stuff like that, because for one, I think we don't have enough, a lot of the real coaches to know how to coach. They don't allow these coaches to be coaches in high school down here. You just don't have that.
Right.
A lot of the big time players that played ball and went on and come back, and they want to coach in their respective high schools they played at, and they could be very good for that community. They don't let them do that here. They got these soccer coaches and stuff like that being on the basketball court don't have nothing. They're just getting the stipend.
English teachers, coach.
Right, English teachers, coaching, they're just getting stipends. And I'm just like, wait a minute. If the coach know how to coach soccer, put them with the soccer kids.
Right.
Put the basketball, football, blah, blah, blah. And then you have these ADs that really clueless. Yeah, I'm talking about y'all. You're clueless. You can at me too. They're clueless. Because they don't really they should be involved with the sports program. And just like I know, if you're filling the seats up on Friday night, that your concession getting the money, the gate getting this money. And like I said, you continue to bring teams and stuff like that, man, because high school sports, like I said, is dying out, man. But the media part of it is enhancing it back again because these kids want to be seen.
It want to be seen. And one thing I can say, another difference is that here they're not athletic directors, they call activities directors.
Activities directors.
Yeah. And that's the problem.
Right.
Because now they over graduation, school plays.
Oh God.
They over all that, and and they quote unquote supposed to be the athletic director too, which I think hurts. You know what I'm saying? If you got somebody dedicated strictly to sports and helping the kids, I don't think it's not enough. It's not enough time in the world to do graduation, school plays, band plays, stuff that's going on outside of school. Activities directors here, they got to deal with all that, man. So it sucks. And
Miss Mary Mack.
man,
Mac,
it sucks.
Mac.
It sucks.
It's just,
And as I go, my brother-in-law's he's the head coach of Baldwin High School in New York, Long Island. So I used to go travel and watch them. They're a powerhouse, and I love their structure too. So everybody goes to the big state. If you win there, you get to go upstate to play against,
right.
The state. And even their ball is different, man. Like, man, they just play with a different edge. So I remember coaching Team Felton, right? It's my first time going to the MIT. I don't know if you ever played in the
Maryland?
Yeah. Man, first of all, you playing in gyms with no air conditioning, nothing.
It's
Sitting like me and you, a ball come roll right there. And he wasn't even on the other team. Ball rolled out of bounds, kid like grabbing his shoulder. They was like, man, get your ass up and get back in the game. I was like, oh, shoot. MIT was crazy back then.
MIT is crazy. My coach did like to go up there because she said the Maryland people was crazy. When my son was in middle school playing, and the day that we went up there, we did get into a little altercation. And the game was over. We won, but all I did was a kid pushed one of the kids that was in front of me.
Yeah.
And, my natural reaction was the ho,
Right.
And then the family come over there, whoa, don't be touching my kid. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm trying to stop a fight.
Right.
And then it's crazy because my program, they got mad at me. They was like, you just can't be touching people's kids. I'm trying to stop a fight.
Right.
So y'all want me you get mad at me. Y'all always say, well, we told you we didn't want to come up here, so I got blamed.
It was a lose. Yeah, lose-lose.
It was a lose-lose.
Yeah, lose-lose.
So I was like, okay, all right, well, that's what you want to do. Like, okay, fine, but we never go back no more. And needless to say that after that, I stepped down from coaching because I was just like, I knew at that point, like you said, go back to what you said earlier, you can't say a certain thing to a kid. I can't be like, ho, don't put your hand on my kid type of thing. You can't do nothing no more. And I can't. That's why I'm in this space.
Hey, Lee, let me tell you something. My uncle coached me, right? He, rest in peace, Coach Holly. I remember he was like, if you would say he was the Tony Squire where I was growing up, picking up kids, like taking them to Vegas.
Shout out to Tony.
Yep. He started the whole like big AAU thing in Texas, but he coached me in high school. And you talk about putting your hands on kids. I remember in practice one time, I got in a fight with a senior or something, right? And he was pushing on me, picking on me, whatever. And we got into it. So my uncle, I said something like, I cussed or something. Man, my uncle came over there with that hand like that and went upside my head. And then I got in trouble by my mama too, in front of the whole team, dog. Think about if that happened now. Come on, man.
You can't hit little Johnny Rocket. You can't hit little Timmy. Put him, you can't do nothing. Little Johnny Rocket can do and say whatever he want to do. You can't do nothing. And that's why I said I commend you coaches, men and women, because I can't do it. I can't do it. I won't do it. I'm sorry. I just can't. It's way too much. The parent these days are just different. And I just don't have the patience to do it, man. I can't.
Yeah, I got to catch myself sometime with my sons, because I go old school.
Your own child?
Yeah, because sometimes I go old school. And
whoa. How old are your children?
8.
So wait a minute. I'm gonna stop you there. I mean, I ain't trying to run about the house. So wait a minute. You have to explain this. I got to hear this.
So I'm gonna give you the backstory. So when I would work out, and my cousin loved telling this story, and I miss a layup or a free throw, man, my daddy'll beam that basketball at me. He said, you better not miss another free throw or no layup. So my sons go out there, they just starting ball, So I catch still doing something, not doing something fundamental.
And how old are they?
8 and 4. So my 8-year-old, he'll do it. And I got to catch myself from getting to that level, to that level that my dad used to get on me at the same age at the park.
And you got to catch yourself. Why?
Because I don't want him to tell his mama on me. Don't tell them.
See, I was setting him up, right? You see what I'm saying? I knew that was coming.
I don't want to tell his mama on me.
Yeah, see.
I don't want to tell. I'm ashamed to even tell you that.
I already knew what it was. I just wanted you to say it, man. Because your wife goes see it. And I don't want you to get beat up and stuff. You say, well, Lee made me do it. You know what I'm saying? So when I come to the 50-50 and I walk in the door and she jump in my face and say something to me for what I said, what I was about to say to catch myself. So I was just like, I kind of figured that's what it was.
But it's funny though, because even when
boy mom's different, man.
Even when they act up outside of court and I snatch them up real quick, you know, I got to make sure ain't nobody looking around and stuff, you know, because I don't want nobody calls. And I ejected my boys up so fast in a minute. They better not say nothing. You better walk straight and be quiet, shut your mouth.
Miss Crane. Y'all heard it here first. I ain't trying to break up anybody's homes, okay? So I'm going to just restrict what I was about to say.
Hey, but look, coach, but when you was playing, our coaches probably had free range. Like my parents wouldn't have said that. If you acting up.
Right, you acting up. First of all, our parents said us to our kids to the coaches because the coaches was able to rough us up there.
Right.
So I was just like, okay, I remember plenty of times where when I played football, I didn't have the discipline because I was talented and just the rest of them, but I just could not sustain the discipline to be able to go through it, so I ended up quitting.
Yeah,
I was one of the guys that was like, man, if y'all had me, I was nice, but they were better because those guys could play. So that's why I never played. So that's why I never get up here and talk about what I could have did, what I should have did. I don't do that. I know my place.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of guys that were way better than me, and those guys went on and did some great things.
So what's the answer, man? So how do we as you talk to these coaches? Oh, I'm gonna give you a good example. Did you see Rick Pitino's interview the other day? Mm-hmm. What's your take?
You recruited the damn kids. What the hell are you talking about, Rick? How you gonna sit up here and talk about that you disappointed in the kids that you recruited?
Yeah.
You recruited them.
You think Game done passed him?
I don't know, man. I don't know because because this man probably know more basketball. They probably forgot more basketball than what I know.
Right.
So I don't want to say that. I just want to say you recruited the kids, Rick. You recruited them.
He blamed it on his staff. He said his staff recruited him. He blamed on his staff. His staff recruited him.
Rick, let me tell you something, man. I saw it on ESPN last night, and I was just like, this is not going to go well. Because
everybody going to transfer portal.
Yeah.
Everybody going.
Yeah. You might not even make NIT because of this. Your kids going to quit on you. They going to quit.
Yeah.
Everybody hit the transfer portal, then what? Then you got to go ahead and recruit. And the problem going to be is that when you go into somebody else's living room and recruit their kid, the parent going to bring that up.
Oh, all day, every day.
So if Rick Pitino comes to your living room and says that he wants to recruit your kid after what you just saw as a parent, him recruiting your son, what are you gonna say? Because when he get mad, this is what's gonna come out. Well, he showed you who he was.
All right, so my thing is, like you said earlier, he's a Hall of Fame coach.
Fuck that.
Does he have the clout to say something like that because he's won so much to call him out?
These kids don't remember that shit.
You're right. But we do. We know. So would you want your son to play for somebody like that?
At this point, no.
No.
Dang. Because you got to think about it. Rick, it goes back to what you said. Is the time past him? I can't make that call because I really don't watch St. John's or anything like that. Maybe it has, maybe it hasn't. But would I want my son to play for him? Absolutely not. And I know that sounds contradictory, but I guess maybe I should go ahead and say maybe the game has passed him. Maybe it has. And for that reason, for him saying what he said, because okay, I know I'm all over the place. This is it. If it was my kid, I know my kid is not going to take anything like that personally. My kid personally.
Right.
I know that. Because I know with my mentor, my coach, the things that she said and the things that I've said, my son is not going to, he's going to laugh at that stuff, honestly.
Right.
It's like, I already know who I am. I don't have low self-esteem, so I get what he's saying. When I did those practices every day, so he's going to laugh because he's pretty much going to know exactly who Coach Patino was talking about.
Right.
But my pushback is, you're upset. And he named the kids. He named them.
He named the kids.
So these are the kids you recruited.
That was the part that hit me when he.
So my thing is, you picked the staff, you picked the coaches. I mean, you picked the kids. What's the common denominator?
Yeah. So, I'm gonna ask you this. Here you go, Lee. I got you one right here. So
Don't put me on the spot.
Yeah. I got you right here.
Right now, because they're gonna have answers that they might need, responses that they might not want to hear.
So Tony Dungy, right? His coaching style, didn't cuss. He was known as a disciplined, like consistent type coach, and he's known as
This might go viral.
and he's known as helping a lot of coaches under him get to where he was at, right? That style of coaching, how successful can you be with that style versus a Bobby Knight? Who style of coaching? Right now, how do we reach the kids? Which style, or do you have to have a combination of both? Talk to us. You talking to the coach, you talking to the parents. I'm a coach. Help me. How can I get my kids to go 110% every practice? How can I get my kids? So have you seen Bird play this year? They're boys. Mm-hmm. Coach Mann's been there a while.
Coach Mann's is a great coach. Shout out to Coach Mann's.
What?
Coach Chris and Marlon Lancaster.
Man, they kids play balls to the wall 32 minutes. You know what I'm saying? And it's a culture been established in that program. Mm-hmm. Why don't we have more coaches? Or what do you think his secret is that kids are able to buy into his program? Coach Boone as well, and Verona,
And Coach Boone, I trust.
What do you think the secret is for the kids to buy into that program, and they attract a different type of kid, first of all. But what do you think the secret is? Like I said, with the personalities, the Bobby Knight personality is just aggressive. Do you think that personality even works anymore? And he's known as one of the greatest coaches ever. Do you think Bobby Knight can coach in 2024?
The Me Too movement ain't gonna even allow that. Let's start. The Me Too movement is not gonna allow that. So the answer will be no. Now, if you collect like an all-star type of guys, that, like, let's say for instance, if you get all the NBA all-stars and you have a coach like that, that will work for them. Uh-huh. But for regular mojo guys, that's not going to work.
That's not work.
The Me Too movement is too strong, and they're just not going to work. And they're going to fire you before they can hire you.
All right, Coach Dungy style. The relax, the just straight discipline, the preaching all the time, the mental. He's more mental, theological, methodical coaching style. Can that happen now?
It could, but let me ask you the question: did it work in Tampa?
It didn't work in Tampa.
It didn't. And he had a bunch of guys there. There was a bunch of gun-ho guys, and that didn't work.
Right.
And what happened? John Gruden came in there, and what happened? They won the very next year.
But he played each other in the Super Bowl when he was at the coach, right?
I'm just saying.
Yes.
I'm just saying. I mean, first of all, Coach John Dungy, like I said, shout out to that brother, man. I guess he forgot more football than I will ever know. But do that style will work these days? I guess it depends on who it is.
Yeah.
For me, probably not. I like the aggressive style.
Okay.
That's what I like. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't get emotionally moved or checked out because of what the coach said or got in my face. Now, back then, I was just undisciplined because I just didn't understand. I was more frustrated because how these guys was able to do things on the basketball court when I would want to freestyle and do what I wanted to do. I couldn't play in a structure. That makes
Right.
sense. So that's what my
You just wanted to
frustration
hoop.
was.
You just
I
wanted to hoop. You
I
just
thought
wanted
it
to
was
hoop. You
and
just wanted to hoop.
I couldn't play under the whistle.
You just wanted to
I couldn't
hoop.
play under the whistle. Do I think Tony Junior style? I would probably say it just depends on who the coach is. Troy Mans, shout out to Troy Mans. We waiting for you to come on, you and Coach Chris, after the season. Get y'all shout out, put that plug in there. They do a fantastic job. We have Mario and Pinky sitting here. A lot of people couldn't do it.
Yeah.
A lot of people couldn't take his style because he's a former college player, college coach, and it takes a certain type of player to play in his system. And I don't think every kid could play in his system because if you don't have a high basketball IQ, I don't think you're not going to play. Versus Coach Boom, AT, and Kennard, according to AT, they just meet the kids where they at. And the way they work it, they somehow they make it work. Boom is a mild-mannered coach. He don't really do a yelling. Then you got AT, who's Verona. He's that program. He played there, went there. He got a lot of passion. Kennard, he speaks for himself. He was, Hall of Famer, Armstrong, one of the Richmond legends.
Right.
So you got a combination of a lot of stuff. So again, it depends on the personality of that staff. So, I like both styles of them. I could probably play with my mind now. I could play for both of them.
You can play both of them.
My son could play with both of them.
I'm gonna ask you this: a parent comes to you, and I'm doing this for y'all, so y'all understand where we're going with this. Do you tell your son or daughter, "Hey, listen, this is a very good coach. You're gonna have to adjust," or you go find a coach that say, "Hey, I'm going to adjust so I can coach your son and daughter"?
My son played with 3 or 4 different coaches with different styles. Jean Atkins was a screamer, yeller. She talked about you. She did a lot of stuff. He thought it was funny. Coach Soup over there at G.H. Reed, shout out to Soup over there in the city of Richmond, he don't do a lot of yelling. He do a lot of teaching. So he don't really argue and yell and stuff like that. So he's kind of laid back, that work. And then when he got to Trinity, the JV coach was really good over there. He identified with him because he was a basketball mind. So that worked because they could talk plays, his X's and O's and stuff like that. When he got to varsity, Coach Hamlin didn't know shit. I mean, he just played for the school and he was a part of their community. And he just collected a lot of guys there and they end up winning. He had a couple of guys on his staff. They may have knew a little bit.
Right.
But again, it don't take much. I mean, hell, shit, I probably can coach LeBron and Kobe and Dwight Howard to a championship. Did that make me a great coach?
Here we go. It's another debate, man. We don't got enough time to
No,
debate,
we don't.
man.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Phil Jackson not a great coach, man.
Phil Jackson has a system, and if he don't has a, if he could not coach regular guys, and he said it on his own admission. He said that he got to get superstar guys that fit his system. He wasn't into trying to build a program. That wasn't him. We saw it happen in New York.
No, we did. It was atrocious.
Yeah, exactly.
It was atrocious.
Exactly. So I mean,
so what you think about no running out of time? Your boy, and this was brought up to my attention when we had something. The situation in Milwaukee, right? A man got fired, second place, because the players went and said we wanted a new coach. Now they bring in Doc Rivers. What's your take on Doc Rivers, man? How many championships Doc won? One?
He won one.
And you would think the way they be, he might be like winning 7 or 8, the way they be talking like he was going to come save Milwaukee. What's your take of Doc Rivers?
I can't. Okay, this is going to be a bit controversial, but I'm going to be honest.
Here we go.
I can't hate on what Doc Rivers is doing because Doc Rivers is one of those recycled coaches that for whatever reason, he just manages to keep job over job over good job over good job over good job. And as a black man, we see that. We don't really see that in our community.
Right.
We see it a lot of times with the white community. The white community, a lot of guys get recycled in coaches over and over and over.
Right.
So I can't get mad at it, even though I'm like, Doc, why are y'all hiring Doc Rivers?
Hey.
What has he done? You know what I'm saying?
Right,
but
right,
but I can't from the example that I gave, I can't be upset at because at least somebody that in our community is getting a shot.
Right.
So from that standpoint, I don't get it. But would I hire Doc Rivers? Hell no.
But why they fire my man?
Who?
Griffin? Yeah.
That was from if you want my personal opinion, that's one of them where the superstars are running the prisoners are running the jail.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying, Giannis, you had 4 coaches in the last 6-7 months?
Yeah.
And you got 1 championship?
And it's trickling down.
This guy was 36 and 13?
Yeah, second place.
And you fire him? What did he do wrong? It wasn't about basketball.
Holding him accountable.
Because if it's about basketball, you don't fire a guy who goes 36 and 13.
Accountability.
I'm just saying. I'm not in that locker room. I don't know Giannis. I don't know Dame. But if a guy if this guy was going to be the Eastern Coach Conference, that was going to coach the guys in the All-Star game, which means you got the best record in basketball, and y'all fire him in his first season?
I seen that.
And this is who Giannis wanted?
And I seen that I seen the Coach of the Year get fired at the high school level.
I'm just saying.
Coach of the Year.
I'm just saying. I don't know about that.
That's Coach of the Year got fired.
I don't know about that. I mean, I'm just saying. But I'm just saying, you know, I can go on and on that, but that's just me. But the prisoners, if I'm a coach, I'm not letting the prisoners run my place. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, man. I just think
I don't want to talk to no parents.
Yeah.
The damn show, if it don't work, if you're not going to be a part of my program, so I just carry your ass on, go somewhere else.
This is what it is.
It's what it is. But in order to do that, you have to establish yourself as a good coach first. I can't come into the door saying with all these expectations and I suck as a coach.
And I think that's the key.
Right.
I think you got to win first.
If you you don't hear that stuff going on there at Verona.
Right.
You don't hear that stuff going on there at Bird.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't hear that stuff going over. Who else that is good that I don't know about? You don't hear that. You don't hear that stuff going on Kings Fort.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Woodside, Patriot.
Yeah, you win.
You know what I'm saying?
Fall in line. Yeah. You just the coach.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying. You know, but. You know, we kind of went off topic.
Yeah, we did. Let's get back. So look,
you know what I'm saying? So
All-Star Weekend next week. Middle schoolers from all over the country coming in. And I'm gonna make that announcement on your show, man. Like for real,
this is why you here. Plug it.
Yeah, man. So we got an opportunity to move the All-Star game to Texas next year. Texas, Arizona, Indiana, and bring it back here in Virginia. So we're gonna hit up all regions, man.
And where is it going to be located in Virginia?
We're gonna keep it here. It's gonna be at Meadowbrook High School.
Okay.
We're gonna keep it here. We're gonna always keep it here. That's where we started at. And coaches called, hey, I want to bring it here. I want to bring this idea here. So we're finally putting the pieces together where we can, move around. We do host tournaments throughout the year. Then we got linked up. We do a big tournament in King of Prussia in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
In July. That's a pretty big one for us. Again, we've been able to take this model, go to different states with no contacts, and be able to build. So what we've been able to do, what we're going to drop next year, is a course, right? So you want to get linked to how to run a camp or how to run a tournament, how I want to get involved in youth sports. It's a billion dollar industry. You know, what are the things I need to do? We're actually coming out with a course that you can take. That's coming soon. So a lot of big things, man. We got phone calls of adding baseball under the SFP Athletics.
Okay.
And so that may be an idea. So we continue to grow, continue to just find avenues. It's like going fishing, man. Like, how you gonna hook these kids, right? So I throw a basketball out there, boom, I got a few. Boom, I throw a baseball out there, boom, I got a few. So however we can help mold these young men and women, that's what we're about. That's what we're about, man. And so again, I appreciate, man, you reaching out when we linked from the Elite 50-50 from Rasheen. He was like, man, you gotta get my boy, he gonna turn it up.
Yeah, shout out to Sheen, man.
I'm like, man,
Always putting this
look, yeah, I'm like, man, I'll get a phone and record. You just want interviews, I can do that. I'm like, nah, man, my boy got the whole setup. I said, all right, well, come out there. When you came out there just to see the girls smiling and stuff, and the way they were able to articulate some of their answers, and teaching them those type of media skills at a young age, man, they gonna need that for life, bro. And so incorporating that, and I know you're gonna be at the CIAA, but I definitely was gonna have you Allstar Weekend.
Yeah, man,
you're gonna be out there, man. You got, hey, man, you got to relax at CIAA, man.
I ain't taking no damn iPad with me.
Hey, man, relax, man. Don't go out there and get in trouble or nothing, man.
I'm chilling, man. I'm trying to get away from this stuff like that, man. But no, man, how can they get in contact with you?
Yeah, so definitely follow us on all our social media platforms, IG, Twitter. My personal Twitter is Coach J Crane. Facebook page or website is sfpathletics.com. Definitely reach out to us. Stay informed with our events. If you're a coach or something like that, you want to play in our local events, definitely reach out. We'd love to have you. Most of our events we're housed at Meadowbrook or Guardian or any local school in Chesterfield. And we don't beat you over the head or nothing. It's just a nice platform to get you out there. Our reach is on a different stage now, so we can kind of help players and teams get the notoriety that they may need. And so that's what we're about, man. And I'm just again extremely blessed and surprised at the same time that coming in this community and just meeting great good people. And it's all about, I tell my kids all the time, man, it's about relationships, bro. At the end of the day, it's about relationships and how you treat other people. And so when you're able to treat other people the right way, you don't know when it's gonna happen,
right?
But it's gonna come back to you. So that's why we're big on our events. Like, our events are different. Like, we don't really have roo rah rah, fights at our events. We might have a couple shuffle, but nothing viral, nothing like that. We have DJ at our events. It's really a family environment that people come and enjoy and watch their kids, their son or daughter play. And so that's what we're about, man.
Well, I got to get you out on here because we forgot to bring that up, man. But you was nominated for RVA award, man. How did that feel, man? Because I saw the pictures, you, Sheen, Coach Harris, some other people that was in that pic, man.
Yeah, man. We end up receiving a grant. We end up receiving a grant for the Allstar Weekend through the RVA Awards, and then Sheen, our Elite 50-50 girls, received one as well for the event in August. So that's why me and Sheen was there. And Tony Squire received the award for Community Leader Award.
I saw that, man.
And the quarterback from Armstrong, he was nominated for one. And it was just a good event. It's the second year doing it. And again, just being in the room with them, I'm the outsider because all of them talking locals and stuff like that, how they grew up and things like that. Just being able to be in the room with them was, truly a blessing to me.
Man, I'm glad we could be a part of that, man. Oh, see, we was a part of it. Somebody got an RVA award. Hey,
That's right.
We did good. See, I guess we picked one on that. But no, man, I appreciate you stopping by, man, and dropping some of this knowledge, man, because, again, we try to reach the communities and stuff like that and locals and stuff like that, man. We just need more of that, actually. And BallinVA, we can't be into every event. It got to make sense for us, but we do what we can. And, they know how to reach me and contact me at all the platforms, stuff like that. But you got any one last shout outs that you want to give before we sign out?
Yeah, man. Again, I got to shout out Meadowbrook High School, for giving me the opportunity my AD giving me believing in what I want to do in the community. We do a lot with a organization that serves kids with disabilities. This will be our second year doing a camp with them.
Okay.
In August. It's called This Ability, and they're a good organization. But yeah, shout out to mom and dad. Trust me, my mom gonna be up here helping me run the events. They start coming up here now, so they retired now, so they get to help see the fruits of their labor.
Okay.
Because I do this to make them proud. So yep, shout out to my wife, hey, putting up with all my nonsense and everything like that. But definitely my son's birthday is coming up, so we're gonna celebrate that as well. So shout out to Joseph, I love you, and Daniel, and my baby girl Janelle. So they're all part of SFP Athletics, because the schedule, as you know, when you get in basketball season and AAU season, it's a grind, bro.
It's a grind.
So sacrificing the time for them to be able to help other people, man. So I appreciate you.
Y'all heard that. Make sure y'all get out there at the All-Star event, the MLK. That's at the MLK, the All-Star event that's coming up.
You
March 1st.
dropping some stuff you don't need
I
to
know. I know. All right. See, I caught myself. But yeah, make sure that y'all shout out March 1st, March 2nd.
Yeah, 1st through 3rd, yep, at Meadowbrook High School.
At Meadowbrook High School. Make sure y'all support that. It's going to be a great event, man. And even though we're not going to be there, it's still going to be great. So go out there, support them. Hit up Jacob Crane on all the platforms out there. Make sure y'all subscribe, like, do all of that other stuff, man. Because see these lights right here, they cost money. So we need y'all to keep commenting. Thank y'all. Y'all been doing a great job with these comments on these last podcasts we have, man. More interaction. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Thanks, Rick. Thanks, Dr. O. And we out. Go over, make sure that y'all check out my man, rickstockel.com for any of your home buying needs. Appreciate it. Thanks again.